Okay. Hi. I'm telling you, technology. Y'all in cybersecurity, y'all like, I mean, I don't know how y'all do it. I'm telling you. Because um I was talking to my son, my oldest son. He's a freshman in college, and we're talking about science. And he said something like, see, miss me with that one. I have no clue. He goes, but weren't you required to do science in high school? I was like, yeah, mandatorily. As soon as I had to, I could drop. For I don't know why. If you wanted to go to law school back in Nigeria, well, I think it's in all schools, even in high school here, you're supposed to do some kind of science. They made me do chemistry, and I'm like, "Hello, Mr. Wawa, where have you been?" They made me do chemistry, and I was like, "Kid, what chemistry she in law school?" So he was asking something. I was like, "I have no clue." That much. Thank you. I said all day, every day. Ask me to argue. Now we're talking. I mean, my dad used to say, absolutely about what's the arguing you're about? Yeah, but you my own saying. Anyway, I miss you, Goni. I should be in Atlanta soon. So, but anyway, hey, Miss Aveda. And he says, so all you're good at, he says, so what you're really good at is arguing. Like, son, you know you cannot argue with your mother. He goes, I don't even try. That's the oldest kid. But my little one, TJ, whew, when I back down from someone arguing, then you know you're in my opinion, not see. Because I just have to, catch myself and like, you know what? I'm gonna be arguing with a 13-year-old for free. At least when I argue with other people, I'm getting paid. But to argue with a 13-year-old back and forth, first of all, only in America, because who born you 10 times over to argue with your parent back in Africa? What argument are we having? Only in America. And then I'm going to argue with you for free? Not doing it. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody's weekend? Because, today is like our Monday. Hi, everyone. Hi, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram family. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. How are you? Yeah, who born you and your mom and your grandmother to argue with your mom? Oh my goodness. No, I'm telling you, truthfully. So I represent. And I think I've said it so many times. I also do in addition to immigration, I do civil work for the state of Alabama. So the slap will reset you quickly. And so one of the cases we got today, it was about spanking and by African standard, that's just normal. By African standard, that's normal. But by American standard, now because I'm the attorney for the county, and so now we're going to be filing the petition against the parents. And in my head, when I was reading it, I was thinking in my head like, Nigeria parents because Nigeria parents go to prison. Because I was reading it, I was like, really? This is why we're taking the kid from the family. You can't, because I have to, when I'm in court, I have to keep a serious face and I have to argue that yes, that was abuse. And so basically, the parent has to be rehabilitated and we have to make sure it's safe to put the kid back at home, yada yada yada. But in my head, I'm thinking, now there's some really bad cases. But I'm thinking like, that time when my mother did this, I should have been in the US so I could call. We all survived. Look at us today. We did amazingly well. Just saying. Anyway, this is attorney Abisola. I'm telling you. But hey, it pays the bills. So, and that's what their country law is. So what's in concern with overload? What's my own? They said that's the law is this is what qualifies as abuse. Hey, please, let's do it. Let's go ahead. This is attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Hi, everyone. I have a lot of energy today. It's been a long day, but somehow, and I don't drink coffee. I have enough energy to bounce off the wall. So it's just been I think because I know I'm going to be off starting next week. So I'm like, go, go, go. I have some cases we got to get out before I leave for vacation. For my whole staff. My whole staff is going to leave for end of Christmas through New Year. So we have if you see my list, you need to see my floor, my office, in my office, and this is my home office. But anyway, sent me an email. Okay, I have over 1,000 emails, but I'll get to my emails. My cases are the most important things to get them out, and we're starting new cases as well, so we want to get everything in. But if you need to contact us, our contact information is 334-341-4475. Email info@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓.com. Contact @𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓.com. Website is 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓.com. Subscribe to a YouTube channel. I can guarantee my girl is on YouTube. Yes, she is. Miss Savannah is on YouTube. Please subscribe, share with your family members and friends at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓 Immigration on all platforms. We're trying to grow our YouTube family as well, so we can keep growing and keep sharing immigration news, immigration resources with everyone. Do you know that there are millions? We hear so much of the undocumented immigrants, which is about 30 million now. But imagine how many of us are documented. Millions. And so Africans really top the chart when it comes to immigrants. So we have, a large population. You do not know who needs information. You just do not know. Like yesterday, I had a guy who was ready to get married next week to his fiance, and he's got a Vawa case pending. And he says, okay, I've watched this lady so many times. And she talks about, let me just go consult with her before we get married, yada, yada, yada. And the fiance is not even a citizen. She's a green card holder. We had a consultation yesterday, only for him to find out that if he gets married to his fiance, his Vawa case ends. He did not know, but he was a week away from getting married. And now, because we had a consultation yesterday, and because he knew about what we do Tuesdays and Thursdays, he knew I was here. We consulted, and no, he was like, I couldn't thank you enough. Sent me an email letter like, you have no idea how much you have saved me from destroying my own case. But at least now he knows. You just never know who's going to benefit. Anyway, let's talk immigration. So please subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓 Immigration. That's it. There's still someone on TikTok that uses my profile picture and telling people to call a Google subscriber number to set up an appointment. Please understand, the only number we have is 334-341-4475 or 4482. We do not have Google subscription when it comes to, that's why I keep the same number on WhatsApp, so that there's no confusion about whether that belongs to us or not. If it's not a 334-341 number, it's not my office. You already know you're dialing somewhere else. So please be aware. Okay. So let me, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get the topic. Okay. All right, here we go. And let me put it on the screen. So we're talking tonight, does VAWA guarantee a green card? That's the topic tonight. Does VAWA guarantee a green card? If you are joining us for the first time, we go through the questions or the topic first. And then if there's some time left, I go through questions. I probably would not stay too long because this week, y'all kids having exams yet? My kids are having exams in school this week. So TJ and his brother, my freshman, is having his first semester college exam. I cannot still believe I have a 19-year-old. I may go 19. Don't be fooled by the gray hair. I may go 19. I remember it when I turned 19. Just like yesterday. I vividly remember my 18th birthday party. And I'm like, I have a 19-year-old? Whose child? My child. Anyway, does VAWA guarantee a green card? So because they're having exams this week, it's prepping with TJ, making sure that he's ready. I think exams end tomorrow, and then it's Christmas holiday. So let's clarify some things that people think about VAWA, and that this topic comes off of the one of the consultations I had today. My client thought, because now we're studying their case, or we're taking over the case, my client thought that whenever they filed for VAWA, that was their understanding, that it almost like you're guaranteed a green card. Once you switch over, then you don't have to worry because it's a straight up case where you can just file for it and then you get a green card. Wrong. So let's clarify how this VAWA thing works. The best way to describe VAWA is it is the same thing as a marriage-based case. That's the thing. It is actually a marriage-based case. Now, abused parents and abused children can also file for VAWA. In my firm, I primarily handle abused spouses. And so it is the same thing as you having to file a regular marriage case. The main difference is rather than depend on somebody else, which is your spouse, to file the VAWA petition for you, you are filing it yourself based on the fact that that spouse has been mean to you, has been physically abusive, has been maltreating you, whatever the case, either physical abuse or extreme cruelty that you have suffered at the hands of that spouse. That's the basis for you becoming your own petitioner. So rather than have a spouse petitioner, you become a self petitioner. So you are still going to have an underlying basis to file the green card, but you just be the person who files it for yourself. However, the fact that you switch, whether you're filing a straight up VAWA or you're switching to a VAWA case, does not guarantee a green card approval. Let me put it this way: you can't have a VAWA petition approved and still not be eligible to have your green card approved. So having a VAWA petition does not exclude you from still proving that it was a valid marriage. That's one of the things you still have to prove in the VAWA case. It is a good faith requirement. It still needs good faith. That good faith, the same good faith you're going to use if you are sitting at an interview with your spouse, is the same good faith requirement that you have to show in the VAWA case. When the VAWA petition itself is approved, then USCIS now moves from that VAWA petition approval to now adjudicate your green card application. So does the fact that you have a VAWA petition approved, does that guarantee that your green card is also going to be approved? No, there is no guarantee whatsoever that because your VAWA case has been approved, your green card is going to be approved. No, it doesn't work that way. USCIS actually does not adjudicate your I-485 green card application concurrently, unlike a regular marriage case where that's what's done for the most part, because I have some cases where people still wait for the I-485 and then we got to call it, whatever case may be. But majority of the time, when an I-130, which is a spousal petition, has been approved, almost the same day or the next day, the I-485 will be approved, or conversely. In a VAWA petition, however, your approval of a I-485 is contingent on whether or not USCIS approves your VAWA case. So if a VAWA petition is not approved and you have a 485 that was dependent on that, it's going to be denied because the VAWA case was denied. But when a VAWA petition has been approved, that is when USCIS now begins adjudication of your 485. Because they have to wait to see that the VAWA case has been approved. And when that happens is when your I-485 green card application starts to be processed by USCIS. So it's not concurrent. VAWA approval does not guarantee that your green card is going to be approved because, first of all, the green card is just sitting there. You're just able to get a work authorization and advanced parole with that when you file it concurrently, but they're not going to touch it because they're going to wait to see what happens in your VAWA case. Now, with a VAWA approval, majority of the time, USCIS, the Vermont Service Center, will send you a deferred action notice. That basically is saying that as long as this is valid, you cannot be placed in deportation proceedings. That still covers you whether or not your green card application has been filed, whether or not your green card application has been approved, whatever the case may be. However, green card application based on VAWA, based on anything, 485 is solely about admissibility. If USCIS, for any reason whatsoever, believes that you're not admissible, or there is a ground that there's a reason to find you inadmissible, then there is a possibility that your green card application itself will be denied. So that means that the fact that you have a VAWA petition that's been approved is not an automatic approval of your green card application. It is still going to take the same adjudication process, just like a regular marriage case, just like an employment-based case. It is what it is. So, example, you have you file a VAWA case, and USCIS says that your divorce decree is not genuine, right? Okay, they send you an RFE, and you're able to argue, which is something I just did recently, and we're able to get that VAWA case approved. But my concern is this, and I'm going to be, you already know me, I'm very transparent, and you get what you see is what you get. So my client already filed this themselves. And when they got the RFE, they came to us, and it was like, okay, here we go. But one thing is, I found out that their spouse back in Nigeria, yes, it's our people, my people, the spouse back in Nigeria sent them the divorce decree, right? It just so happens, however, that they were never married in the registry or in church or in court. I've seen that so many times, and it is an argument that we were able to successfully use. So the argument that we made, and the fact that when I looked at their this decree nisi, decree absolute, in the decree nisi, it says, you know where it says where you had your marriage, marriage celebration that was celebrated at, theirs was not, they didn't get married in the registry. They just had, there was nowhere where it was indicated in that divorce decree that it's married in the registry. So the argument we made was, this person never even got married in a court or in the church. And we said, actually, all they did was a traditional marriage. And therefore, because there is no requirement to have documentation, the reason why she submitted this is because her husband had sent this to her, and she's not to blame because, hey, that's what he said that the divorce decree is. She submitted that. She didn't know, and we argued that case. They approved the VAWA case. Here's my concern. Because I have seen this happen before. USCIS, and I've told her that most likely, even though we've been able to argue with the Voluntary Service Center that document was not fraudulent, or excuse me, that document was the wrong document to have sent to show termination of her previous marriage, because it was the wrong document that was sent to her. She didn't get married in a statutory marriage, yada, yada, yada. And the Voluntary Service Center bought that argument and approved the case. Does not mean that at the time, and now she's been scheduled for an interview. Usually, USCIS will waive an interview in VAWA cases. Sometimes they will, depending on the field office. Most of the time it's waived. But when that interview is scheduled, usually I'm almost certain of, and if there's an issue in the VAWA petition that, you got an RFE about and they question something, I can maybe that's or you indicated something falsely in your DS-160. Now we have an interview coming up in January. I can almost anticipate that part of the issue is going to be the divorce decree. Why that matters is this. We've got a VAWA approval, but we're yet to get a green card approval. She's got the deferred action, but we're yet to get the green card approval. There's nothing that a VAWA approval by itself can do automatically to give you a green card approval. You've got to have the 485 approved. If USCIS comes January, hopefully not, but this is reality. If USCIS come January to say, well, yes, the Vermont Service Center, you responded to the RFE, they accepted the argument, but we are going to find that you tried to obtain immigration benefit by submitting fraudulent documents. That is a ground for inadmissibility. So that potentially can make them either two things. Number one, deny the 485 or send us an RFE for a 601 waiver. So a VAWA approval is not a guaranteed. It does not guarantee that your green card application is going to be approved, especially when there are grounds of inadmissibility, even if you were able to overcome those issues in the VAWA petition. So, it's okay, I understand. That's basically it. So there's no guarantee. It's still the same thing. If anything, you are the one proving your case. One step before the other. The prayer is that we'll always have, a reason to celebrate. But that's how that goes. So that's all she wrote, people. All right, let's get to questions and see before I sign off here. Let's see. Yes. So once again, if you are on YouTube, please subscribe. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, same handle at Olala Immigration. Okay, and please like and like, share. Just don't watch because I can see y'all, but like, share. Okay, thanks, Miss Sabina. Every Tuesdays, Thursdays, 9 p.m. And y'all, Miss Sabina, Miss Linda Sanctuary. Y'all know I've been like for a couple months now. That 9 o'clock, we're really, really close to it. Y'all know. I applied for VAWA in July 2023 without submitting a police or criminal background report. However, I received a prima facie determination letter. I believe it's a positive sign, and my request is, will there be a future RFE for a criminal background report? Most likely you will. You must have submitted something to satisfy that good moral character. If you did not submit anything at all for each of those grounds, most likely they would have sent you an RFE to start with. So I would go on the limb and say you probably submitted good moral character letters from people. If you did that, that probably would satisfy the initial review part of it. But you may end up getting an RFE for a police clearance letter or an FBI background check. Hey, Miss Creasy, how are you? Hello, Best. What's going on? Hello. Okay, let's go to... It's been a long day, but it's all good. Oh Lord, I'm looking for. So y'all, do y'all do like Christmas lists with your kids? Like, each year, what do you want? But my kids are getting older. My kids are 19 and 13. So it's different. And they're boys. Now, if I had girls, I don't think there's anyone who has a daughter who doesn't have something on their list, right? There's got to be something. I don't know. I don't have daughters, so I don't know. But I was asking my boys, like, your tattoo healing process can be very gruesome. I was asking, I got another tattoo today. There's something about me in December. When it's December time, my head is like, get a tattoo. Get it. Let's go get a tattoo. And so I got one on the back of my leg. I'll post it later. That hurt, like, for the most part, I usually sleep through a tattoo process, but this one was like, what? Yeah. But my kids, I was like, what you guys want for Christmas this year? They're like, my oldest are like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Sent me a text. He goes, my Christmas list. And then he put ... I was like, what does that mean? He goes, nothing. You don't want anything for Christmas? He goes, no. There's nothing you want? It's like, no, I can't think of anything I want. I was like, so it's either you have everything you possibly need and want, or you're what? You just old? I don't know, but I was like, it just never happened. Another one, yeah, I'll send the photo later to you. It's behind on the back of my leg. It's still sore. If you go on my personal page, it's actually on it. It's a December thing. My tattoo artist, Jason, he goes, I guess I'll see you next December. I was like, what else? We'll see. I don't know. Don't believe in quitting. I love that username. Good evening, Miss Delia. How are you? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Hi, Antonia. I have a small question. What's your small question? What is a big question? But what's your question? Aman, what's your question? Okay, hold on. Want to know, I've done my interview on November 29, but my status didn't change. I have marriage-based case. And so what is your, can I text you? Brown skin Debbie, you can. My assistant Lydia manages our text. You would respond to your text. If you're going to be asking a legal question, her response to you will be to set up a consultation. And that is $130 for 30 minutes, $245 minutes, $230 1 hour. My fees will go up. The other day someone said, why You need to charge so much for consultation. I have a friend who is in Florida. Hmm? Have a friend in Florida, immigration attorney. I would not say her name, but if I say her fee, some of you would probably know her. Her consultation fee for 35 minutes. 35 minutes consultation fee is $675. 35 minutes, 675. And y'all think 135 is expensive? But anyway, that's yeah, so that's Brownski, that's what leader is going to have to tell you, unless it's something about what, if we represent clients in different states, whatever case may be. Amanda, I still don't know what your question is. I submitted my green card marriage 9 months ago, still nothing, not even EAD. Is that normal? Everyone, please go to USCIS.gov/processing times. The one thing I wanted to know is attorneys do not control how long things would take. Here and there, we may get USCIS to approve. I've had marriage-based cases approved, EADs approved in 10 days. I had one approved in 5 days, and I have some pending for a year. It's not anything. Obviously, God is in control of everything. That is just who I am. But realistically speaking, there's no rhyme or reason with USCIS. It's just what it is. So you just never know what you get with them. But to be able to know how long it's going to take them to process a particular petition or an application, please go to USCIS.gov/processing time. The same information there is the same information I have, and everyone can check that. How long does it take to hear back from USCIS after RFP response? There's no set time. How long should you wait to file your citizenship after getting green card based on approved asylum? 5 years. What happens to a pending I-130 if I had to file Vawa for abuse? I also have a daughter. Nothing. If the petitioner withdraws it, then they deny it. If the petitioner was supposed to come in for an interview and never showed up, they'll deny it. But if nothing, it probably will just sit there. But it doesn't have any effect on your Vawa case. Okay. Let's see. Someone said, stop lying to people because you're looking for money. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Let's see. Hey, Miss Chris. Miss Chris, I just saw you on YouTube. Okay. Ignore him. No. Yeah. Yes. That's I've come to a point in my life that I don't even give things like that a second thought. So let's move on. I've applied for I-918 U visa 2017. I still not got any update from me and my family. Do you have a lawyer in your case? If you don't, then it may be time for you to get a lawyer in your case. Let's see. What is lawsuit for you visa? What is lawsuit for you visa EAD? I don't. When should I expect to receive EAD for form? When I expect to receive E84 from I-765, it's too late, 7 years almost. E84, 765 for you, that you filed for 7 years? I don't understand. Rajab, I don't understand your question. Okay. Thank you, Wilson Joel. That's my son's middle name. Y'all, if you don't know, TJ, Toshe Joel. Oluwatoshe. God is able. Joel. That's all. We just wait. TJ. Toshe. Toshe. I sent an RFP and still get scheduled for an interview. Okay, so what's your question, Adijoke? I was asked to submit my dad's birth certificate after citizenship interview, but he is dead. I'm sorry to hear about that. So what is your question? Y'all help me out. Can you ask the question? Because you mix statements, but what's the question? Can a green card holder apply for his wife a green card petition? A green card holder can file for their spouse, but if your wife is in, or if I don't know if you're the wife or the husband, but if the spouse isn't in the country and they've overstayed, then that's not going to be possible to get the green card. So the I-130 can be filed. And it's just the same thing I was explaining earlier on with VAW. That VAW petition is the standalone petition. Green card application is based on something. But a VAW petition can be approved. Doesn't mean you're going to be eligible for the green card. Same thing in a marriage case. I-130 can be approved for a green card holder that's filed by a green card holder spouse. But if your spouse is out of status in the country, then that person will have to leave the country to apply for their immigrant visa. Or if they came in legally, then they have to wait until you become a citizen to now become eligible to apply for the green card. So it depends on what status, what position your status your wife is in, or however way it goes. Hold on one second, people. This thing jumps a lot. Ugh. Okay, I think, all right, that's where I stopped. I was asked to submit, okay, that birth certificate. All right, if you're divorced and your green card is 3 years, when can you start citizenship? If you've already been divorced, that means you do not qualify for the marital, what's it called, union basis for 3 years, unless you got your green card through VAW. If you did not get your green card through VAW and you divorced from your citizen spouse, then you have to wait 5 years. You're eligible to file 90 days before the second year anniversary, before the 5th year anniversary of your green card status. Okay, so I think someone had already. Yes, I remember. It's just, I think you shared that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you asked to me your dad's birth certificate. So what is the question? Belinda, what's your question on that? My 5-year-old son is asking for an apple. You gotta love these kids. Like, listen, I ain't gonna fault him because you want them to dream big. The issue with kids dreaming big these days is they're dreaming big on our dime. Like, you know, if you ask teacher, like, okay, hey, how are you gonna pay for that? You go, don't worry, I'm stacked. You're stacked. How? Got money on my card. Okay. How did that money get on the card? Because the last I checked, your little ass wasn't working. Just saying. But at the same time, you want them to really be bold in the ask, right? Just like we have to learn to be bold in our ask with God. So, hey, I ain't mad at him for asking for Apple Watch. It was just like his 5. Wasn't going to do it an Apple Watch at 5. How long does it take to receive a VAW receipt notice? Like I think I've said this before, since end of August, September for sure, it's been taking us in my firm averaging about 30 days or less to get receipt notices. Now, cases filed before them may take much longer, but that's what I'm seeing. Everyone's case is different. Where's your office located? In Alabama, but we represent immigration clients in all states. Going to 3 months after my citizenship interview, no approval yet. Usually USCIS by law, they have 120 days after your citizenship interview to approve your case. If they do not, you can send them a letter stating that they need to approve it because it's been more than 120 days, or you're going to proceed with judicial review, basically sue them. 90% of the time, those field officers respond and approve or send an RFE. The other 10% of the time, they call your bluff. Do you work in EB-5 visas? No, I do not. Can you elaborate on advanced parole or traveling on a travel permit? What are your thoughts? I don't have general thoughts. Everyone's case is different. Let's see. Can you get a request for initial evidence twice for an I-485 application? Yes. I missed my biometrics appointment. What should I do? Contact USCIS, or if you have, if you're not that it's passed, you may actually have to contact USCIS on phone. But if it wasn't passed, you could go ahead in your My USCIS account and actually reschedule. But if it's already passed, then obviously you're going to have to contact USCIS and they may have someone call you to reschedule for you. Okay, let's see. All right, let me go. Let's see. Can a child travel overseas with green card when N600 is on file? Will there be a problem? Disclaimer. How did I forget? Disclaimer. Please note, this is just general information, nothing specific to anybody's case. Christmas. This is just general information, just to give you general knowledge. If it's helpful to your case, great, but don't run with it. Anything specific has to be done in the proper paid consultation. Okay. Generally, that shouldn't pose a problem. Generally. I filed EAD replacement January 2023 with a fee waiver based on file. I still haven't received my EAD. US replacements, I'm seeing that they may take actually much longer than a regular. Are you talking replacement or renewal? Because the replacement is not the same as renewal. But renewals generally may take longer than a first application. But once again, USCIS.gov/processing times. Does somebody who is a Canadian citizen can become authentic citizen if coming? Okay. Hakeem, can you rephrase that question? Is there a special process where you transfer I-130 priority date to I-360 priority date, or is it enough to send I-130 receipt with I-360 to make it happen? There is a specific section of the INA Act, Immigration and Nationality Act, which I always put in my cover letters. But the question really is, will USCIS actually apply that? 50% of my cases, I see that. The other 50% is like, oh, we're just going to let it just slide through the normal process. Okay, you're on I was wondering, like, you're on TikTok and okay. The fee waiver got approved. Good. Okay. What is the next step if OPL Houston dismisses proceedings in court without prejudice? And what is the next step? What do you mean? What's the next step? What did you file for? What is the basis of you asking for a PD request that make them decide to go ahead to dismiss proceedings? What was the proceedings you're in for? Was it asylum? Was it based on marriage? There's a whole lot of questions. If you are looking for, if you don't have access to that, you need to schedule a consultation. When there is 751, so if you were placed in court based on an NTA, your 751 case was denied, you're referred to immigration court, and hello Z, how are you? You're placed in immigration court, and based on that, did you have an attorney ask them to grant you a PD request? Did you do it yourself? What is it? Hey, Is that okay? That's YouTube. The colors like, okay, which one is that? Hey, birthday mate. Um, so if that's the case, whatever case may be, you still don't have the 10-year green card, then you may be eligible to file a new 751, especially if you're going to file it on a different basis, or even it's going to be the same basis. Now you have the opportunity to go back to USCIS and file an affirmative action, affirmative petition, 751 petition with them. Can VAWA be approved without receiving prima facie determination? It can. General information. Deanne, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Almighty's your strength. Thank you. Okay. When there's no update on I-360 or RFE and I-60 updated, that it's not complete. Can a Canadian citizen automatically become American citizen if it relocates? No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so let's go to Instagram. If it worked that way, I wonder how Canadian citizens clients. It doesn't work that way. That would be great. It doesn't work that way. That's not how this works. USK. But the funny thing is, my mom, I don't know if she's on. Yeah, but if you're on, let me know. But back in the 80s, because I was born in 1978, I'm 45. And my mom said back in the late 70s, early 80s, they literally, because Nigeria was so good, like people did, and a lot of people didn't care to travel to the United States, even in the 80s, not too long ago, right? Because it was too far. It snows a whole lot winter time. They literally will bring Naira, and I'm sure those of you who are about my age and have parents like my mom's age, they'll bring Naira to the United States and be able to convert Naira to dollars here. They were giving people free tuition to go to school. I have an uncle who went to school. He wasn't in Lagos. He grew up in a small town not in Lagos, so one of those Southwest states. But he got an opportunity. The recruiter went to Nigeria and they brought him here free. I mean, see, he's passed now, but until he's dead, don't judge me. But you know how you have those uncles where they've lived in the US for like 200 million years. But you know that there's no how that you hear them speak. Let me leave it as that. Let me just leave it as that. But I mean, that was, my mom said people would stop coming to the US. But now, the same immigrants that want to chase away, the same immigrants that have come here to help them make the United States what it is now, they now want to send all of us back home. But see what's happening in Florida. They sent everybody like, hey, if you can't come here, you have to have papers. Well, all their business is collapsed. Okay, there you go. There you go. Got an updated USCIS tracker and 360 that he ordered another new card, of which that's the only update showing up. Okay. So the adding signature, let me understand. So you got an update under your I-360 petition, your VAWA petition, not an EAD application now, under the I-360 petition that they ordered your new card. We ordered your new card under your VAWA receipt number. Is that what you're saying? Will I-45 denial due to spouse withdrawal I-130 process have an impact on the current F1 status? Once you apply for STEM extension and whether it will have any impact during the process? I would not, general information, I will not anticipate that it will, unless there's something relating to the withdrawal that may have anything to do with your F1 status violation. For instance, when you completed your I-45, there's a part where it would ask you, have you ever violated the terms of your non-immigrant status? And if you have worked without authorization on the F1 status, that's a violation of that F1. And so that may have an effect. Yes, okay. And Deanna, is that the first time you're seeing that update under your VAWA petition? under the I-360. Is that the first time you're seeing that update? And you said it was today. I'm waiting so I can go to Instagram. Let's see. Was that today? If you look at my tattoos. So this I refreshed. But I don't know if whoever has tattoos, you know how it heals. I hate the healing process. It scaves a lot. So I have my jar of moisturizer here. You have to, and black skin gets ashy easy. So it's really, really scathing. All right. I'll let you respond to that. Okay. Okay. So generally, even though this is probably what this, if you've got an update under your VAWA case that says we ordered your new card and it's coming under your VAWA petition, your VAWA receipt number, most likely that means your VAWA petition has been approved. Here's why. Whenever you file an I-360 petition, specifically on page 14 of the I-360 petition, there is a part that says, upon approval of your VAWA petition or your I-360 petition, would you like us to issue you an employment authorization card? Majority of people, 99% of the time, people would check yes. If you check yes, then whenever your VAWA case has been approved, then they will, whenever your VAWA case has been approved, they will send you that automatic C31 EAD based on you requesting for them to do that. So half of the time, that is the first indication that your VAWA case has been approved. If you saw that under your VAWA, and just want to be clear, it's coming under your VAWA receipt number, not your EAD application, and it says we ordered your new card, then most likely 99%, because I'm a lawyer, I don't say 100%, so you don't hold me to that. 99%, I'm 99% sure, 99.99% sure, most likely is because they have approved your VAWA case. So once you get that, within the next 48 hours, you should get another update that says your VAWA case, we've approved your I-360 petition. So that's usually what that means. Mr. Mo, we need to get together. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Can you have one-day seminar somewhere in Central, please? It's difficult to reach you. Thank you, sis. It's not difficult to reach me. You just have to set up a consultation. That's what it is. So, but it's something I've actually, yesterday. Okay. So today, if you didn't get any update today, then sometime maybe tomorrow, you will get an update. Email me, info@olalayalawfirm.com. Lydia will send that email to me, or you can send it directly. My email is actually across the screen, so copy my email is on the screen. Okay, that's the firm email. Never mind. Email info@olalayalawfirm.com. I'm almost positive that you will be getting that update. But that's basically what that means. You're welcome. So I've thought about that, doing like a seminar, either online or maybe like a central place like Atlanta. I don't know, but it's one of the things we're looking to do in 2024. I'm telling you. When it comes, I agree with the overload. Okay, let's see. Respect immigration lawyers or ordinary review my do my oh Lord, Mr. Magic. Just respond to my email, please. The headache you've given me is enough. Just respond to the Dawn email. Let us go. I'm going to be out of the office next week. We're all going to be out, so you got to respond, please. Thank you, Miss Endo Sanctuary. Share, subscribe, like, follow. And we represent immigration clients in all states. It doesn't matter what state you're in. I have a case that's going to take me back again to Louisville, Kentucky next year, March. Is it March? See, February? I don't know. but there's a request for hearing or something. So it doesn't matter what state you live in, as long as you're willing to pay my services and I'm available. That's usually, so I'm trying to cut back on the other aspects, areas that I practice, so I can go full service immigration. Knock on wood, God willing, that is the goal for next year. So we'll see. From my mouth to God's ear. Okay. If I entered the U.S. on a B2 visa and the USC has just changed my status to a student visa, do I need to go out to the U.S.? You need to go go outside the United States and return before you resume school? Generally, you should not have to. If you've already been granted a change of status, then they should have issued you an I-94, which would have DS, meaning duration of status. What you would need to do is, so you're not going to be issued a visa. No, you don't get issued a visa when you change your status. But if you leave the country, meaning you travel outside the country, before you come back in, you must have a visa stamp of that specific status that you were granted, as long as it's still valid. Thank you. Good luck testing to you. Thank you very much. I will pass the message across to them. All the best, so super. Thank you. Then again, they already know. You know, when you threaten your kids, come back home with less than 95, and that's what's going to happen. You did. My kids always say I threaten them. If you can't spank them, you got to find a way to parent in this U.S. I'm telling you, it's like you can't even. I mean, what the hell? Let's see. Okay. Thank you for all the great job you're doing to the lives of immigrants. Thank you. Studios, appreciate you. What could be the delay of an I-485 approval after interview is done after 11 months plus? I have a case. We had an interview since last year, December. We've called. We've congressional assistance. I can't tell you what could be the case. I just can't. That's all she wrote. What is a 601 waiver? 601 waiver is a waiver for grounds of inadmissibility. Medical vaccination record, vaccination, criminal grounds, misrepresentation, fraud. There are a lot of grounds you can use it for. Can a pending asylum applicant that has not been adjudicated apply for NIW as a nurse? Nurses usually do not qualify for NIW. That's the truth of the matter. However, nurses have their own, if you're a registered nurse and you've taken your NCLEX exam, you have your own version of NIW, which is a Schedule A petition basis, meaning you're still going to bypass the labor department, but you need an employer to file for you. But the fact that you are in authorized state based on asylum does not mean you'll be able to adjust status, because for employment basis, you need to be in valid status, meaning you must be in a valid B1, B2, F1, H1 in order for you to adjust status based on employment. Okay. We're this close to 9 p.m. 2024. This woman. I'll think of what to do to you. Okay, let's see. Miss, this is your sign. Yeah, it's not bad. I'll pass. It's not bad, really. What makes an immigration judge change their individual hearing for asylum from December to late next year, given an excuse that December is for holidays? Because they can. My Vawa was approved. Congratulations. 485 was denied because of missed interview. What do I do? Okay. What do I please cause? We sent a letter which they did not receive. And also, do we need divorce for 45 interviewing the Vawa? Okay, so you're asking what you can do. When was it denied? Has it been more than what is it, 33 days to file an I-290B. If it's been more than that, then your best bet is to file a new one. That's what you would have to do. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by you need divorce before 45 interview. I'm not really sure I understand that. Yeah, her consultation fee for 35 minutes is $675. And I like her reasoning. She says that if you cannot pay me $675, then I don't want to work with you. This is not me. I'm just telling what my friend, who is also an immigration attorney, she goes, because it helps her to decide who is serious enough to work with her. To each their own. I'm just saying that because of the person last week who said, but hey, that is what she thinks she deserves. And there's nothing wrong. That is her. She knows what she's doing. She's an excellent immigration lawyer, and she's in Florida. Y'all in Florida have money. So, Alabama, I sent you an email. Miss Olayemi, I sent you an email. Check your email. I sent you an email yesterday. Check your email. Check your spam. I sent you an email. I can forward that email to you. Okay. Hello, Epic Movements. My birthday. We're still going to Barbados. So what's about how much we decided we're going? Just let me know. Do you have to wait exactly 5 years to file citizenship, or you can do it at 3 months before 5 years? Not exactly 5 years. You can do it within the 90-day period. You can't do it earlier than the 90 days. If you do it earlier, they'll send your application back. They'll reject it, I would say. Stockton experience that cannot. Is his father. His father is a doctor, so I mean, hey. If he does anything in school, they have to pay for anything in school. I just text his dad, hey, your child. I mean, I thank God I don't have to worry about tuition. At least let me let me psych my ex-husband, because tuition is coming for next semester, so he can pay it again. But my kids are blessed. They're don't even. I don't even know how. To be honest, I don't even know how much I'm sure if I log in, I can find out how much the tuition is, but it's none of my business because I don't pay it. So thank God for their dad. Okay. I have a friend who crossed the border in Arizona. He's still there. What we do now? He needs to sit down with a lawyer. That's what he needs to do. You mentioned expedited Vawa on your page. Can you share the testimony? So basically, my client had filed his case, and he had an I-130. So he got to know about the I-130 priority transfer from one of my videos, and he had a previous attorney. But anyway, long story short, I usually do a FOIA request and review of your record before I take over any case. I did that. I was like, okay, yeah, I can take over this case. We took over the case. And one of the things about having a lawyer on your Vawa case is you're able to send emails to the Veteran Service Center directly, because we have an email that's dedicated for attorneys. Send an email. God knows how many emails I sent them. It's like, hey, this guy has an I-130 that was filed back in yada, yada, yada. Please transfer that. They emailed back and saying, yes, we acknowledge that, but we're going to process it and get to, something crazy along those lines. So I was like, y'all are not hearing me. Like, no, I'm asking you because that's what the law says. And then they emailed back saying, yes, it's still going to process the same day. Anyway, so we expedited request is an additional fee. It's not part of regular representation. Even if you're a current client, that is my policy. That's what it is. But depending on the person's case, because he had already done like a FOIA request before, which I don't credit, but because he had done that, I did a courtesy expedited request initially. And then we put all the evidence together, sent it to them. And because this was based on personal and humanitarian reasons, family member, and that was back in October, was it September? Either September or October, I can't remember, but it was October they denied it. And so that was the first one. And so we were like, okay. And he says, can we try again? I'm there to listen. I'm sure if they get my email at the Vermont Service Center, Like those people, I'm almost certain that they dread opening their emails. And like, oh, go to Shanti, go Shanti, Alabama, not this lady again. Because I mean, I'm obviously not going to send an email just because it has to make sense. I ain't going to just put my name and write something. But I'm the attorney that takes risk. I would say, hey, let's call the bluff and see, or what else can we do? And so we went back to the drawing board, and this time around he paid, because the second time it ain't doing that for free. Second time around, but we put it together, and my emails are very detailed. My like y'all, and I do. That's my email account, so I do it myself. And we added just the same evidence, but just added a few things. But that's where, for me, I'm a big believer in God gives us knowledge, He gives us wisdom, He gives us understanding, He gives us the option to function. But it's not about what anybody knows. It's about favor. At the right time, favor finds you. That's what it is. Because when I actually looked at both, when I saw the approval of the expedited request, I looked, and God knows I've done so many. But it's a 50-50 chance in every, no matter how strong it is. And I looked at what we sent in October and what we sent in November. I was like, what's the difference? But the fact that, okay, God decided it was just time. That's my reason. But that's what we did. I did a few more, and my email this time was much longer. Like, hey, y'all, this is the history of what's happened. Last time we waited this time. We're coming back again because this qualifies. Or maybe they just got tired. Like, we ain't dealing with this lady anymore. Let's just approve. And then they approved the expedited request, and he was so delighted. I mean, and as we know, we're very close to getting the approval, God willing. And so that's that in a nutshell. And grounds, yeah, everyone's case is different. Everyone's case is different. So yeah, I'm saying, what are you talking about? What's good towards? I'm not sure. Is there a law that after being here for 10 years as an asylum seeker, you can file for yourself? What law is that? I don't know of any law that says you can. 10 years is, we're talking of 10 years, that's applicable in immigration courts. You've got to be in removal proceedings to have cancellation removal relief as a way to get a green card. Okay, so y'all, we're going to take, if I didn't get to your questions, then we're going to have to do it on Thursday, because like I said, it's exam week in my home. So, well, my old kid is in college, but I still need to talk to him tonight, get the other kid ready for exam tomorrow. And so Thursday, everyone's done with exam. It's Christmas holiday season. So we'll take more questions on Thursday, but tonight we got to go. I'll see you guys Thursday. But every time we share things, I have another lady who got a green card today. Listen, I don't know if Kyla, my social media lady, has posted that, but this lady, it's been a long time coming. And that, it's just, listen, I've lost counts of how many green cards I've been able to get. God has been able to get my clients through me. But everyone is a celebration, because I know what it feels like. I'm telling you, y'all, I still have that little envelope for the green card. I carry with me every single day in my little purse. If I change my purse, it's changing with me, because it's a reminder of God's favor. And because God's favor would find us, just like this guy was talking about. But the same thing we did, just a little, 2-3 more pages of the same darn thing. But when God's favor decides to speak, it's going to speak. So let's keep believing that even though the year is coming to an end, God's favor still speaks in spite of the year ending. So just keep believing. I'll see you guys